This is such a unique film experience for the film goer as well as the participator, the creator. What was your reaction like when you were approached for something like this that literally would watch you grow up before our very eyes on screen over 12 years?
Well, I mean, you know, there's no way, I think, to really quite comprehend, you know, how massive that is, or how long 12 years is, or what it really means to, you know, to be followed for that long, or not followed, but documented for that long, you know, when you just haven't had that many, you know, life experiences. So, I was excited. I think, you know, a little bit hesitant just to kind of be the center of attention like that. You know, I had been in a couple films, but certainly never in the, you know, the leading role. So it was, you know, a little bit frightening, I think. And you know, I had my parents kind of put it in perspective for me, and you know, they had a nice way of not pushing me, but kind of, you know, just saying you should probably try and at least see how it goes. But I was excited, you know. I mean, I just watched the interview with myself from the first year, and I was really excited. It just seemed like fun, and it was, you know. I don't think my feelings ever changed all that much about it. It was always just kind of this fun thing that I did.
Amazing. So do you think this experience, being such a special one that it is, has kind of shaped your interest in how you're going to move forward in your career and other projects you kind of take on?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just the long-form nature of it, you know, it kind of, it forces you to just become lost in the process of creating the project, as opposed to kind of focusing on the end, you know, the end product or the goal of it, like being a movie that, you know, what's happening now. It's like that. This is wonderful to share it with people and everything, but it's, you know, that was never really the point. It was just kind of, it was just about making it, and I think that's, you know, I hope that I can, you know, bring that method into everything that I create. So.
Absolutely. So what I love so much about this, many reasons, but the story revolved around your character Mason, but that wasn't so apparent when it opened. The film slowly started to shape that way. And I feel like what Richard, as the director and writer, did so masterfully is to not just be like, this is the protagonist, care about him. You know, it was a really steady climb, and like, oh, it's Mason's story. What do you think that did, and like, for the audience to just feel a connection towards your character?
Well, because I think that's kind of what growing up is like. You know, when you're young, you don't have much of a personality. You know, you're kind of just. You are just kind of these, you know, reflections of your parents in a certain way. I mean, you definitely are yourself, but you're kind of just there and, you know, living in your parents' world and kind of doing, you know, subjected to the people around you, you know, the adults around you. And as, you know, as you grow up, you kind of carve out your place and figure out who you are. And so I think, you know, to have the audience kind of go on that journey from Mason being, you know, not really a person to becoming, you know, more of a person, I guess. You know, it's kind of the same way you grow to care about yourself. You know, I think you kind of, or a sibling or a family member that you grow up with. I don't know. It's very, very gradual.
Mm-hmm. So there was a really great quote in the end of the film that kind of said, you know, everyone always says seize the moment, but moments really seize us. Do you think that this is kind of, that could really be a larger metaphor for what this experience kind of did for you?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that moment, that, you know, that final scene and that kind of, you know, the sort of realization or whatever that Mason is sort of coming to in that moment is very much what I was feeling at that moment, you know, and and that is very much, you know, that's a large part of what I learned from the project, you know, is just kind of to appreciate everything and just to go with it, because it just you know, it takes you, and it's gonna happen either way, so you might as well enjoy it.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.